Cavaliers backed by NBA players as genuine title threat. After finishing the regular season as the first seed in the Eastern Conference, the Cleveland Cavaliers are among the favorites to challenge for the 2025 NBA championship. Kenny Atkinson's team currently holds a one-game lead over the Miami Heat. They will face Erik Spoelstra's squad in Game 2 of their opening round matchup on Wednesday, April 23. And while the series against Miami is expected to be difficult, it could prepare Cleveland for what lies ahead. According to an anonymous poll of over 100 NBA players conducted by The Athletic, the Cavaliers are seen as genuine front-runners for a title this season. Cleveland finished third in the voting process, earning 10.2% of the votes. They were behind the Boston Celtics, who finished first with 57.7% of the votes, and the Oklahoma City Thunder, who received 17.5%. Just the way they move the ball, the way they've got good players, one anonymous NBA player told The Athletic. The whole team is good and aggressive and confident, and every player on their team is shooting the ball at a high level. Pair that with two good guards and a good front court, and it's a scary team. It's clear that Cleveland is among the most feared teams in the NBA. However, they are still expected to face an uphill battle if they make it into the deeper rounds of the postseason. Cavaliers' Darius Garland praises Cavaliers. When speaking to the media following the Cavaliers' Game 1 win over the Heat, Darius Garland praised his teammates for their competitiveness. "Our competitive spirit," Garland said. "We actually played for 48 minutes tonight, the full game. With sending in runs and actually coming back and swinging ourselves. So we can withstand the runs, of course. We rebounded the ball pretty well. I think that's what can really carry over to Game 2. Try to limit them to one shot a possession instead of two or multiple, period. Keep loading on their main guys, keep loading on Bam, keep loading on Tyler and keep loading on Wiggs. Try to slow them down as much as we can." The Cavaliers must keep that same competitive fire heading into Game 2. Spoelstra is one of the best coaches in the NBA. The Heat will be well prepared to counter Cleveland's style of play. Tyler Herro praises Cavaliers' offense. "The biggest issue for Miami will be figuring out how to contain the Cavaliers' motion-heavy offense." Tyler Herro praised Cleveland for their approach during his own post-game news conference on April 20. "They're a historically good offense," Herro said. "Obviously, they're number one in the East for a reason. I think we lacked a lot of communication, just mental errors that we can cover up. I think, obviously, the 2 days in between will give us time to watch film, have a practice and then clean up the things we need to clean up. Nevertheless, Cleveland must continue finding ways to improve. Miami has enough defensive talent to make life difficult for the Cavaliers. Therefore, Garland and the rest of Cleveland's roster must remain locked in. After all, the goal is to fight for a championship, not claw their way out of the opening round." Cavaliers breakout star speaks on Game 1 surge against the Heat. The Cleveland Cavaliers had plenty of familiar faces step up in their 121-100 win over the Miami Heat in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference quarterfinals. All-star guards Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland combined for 57 points on the day to keep the Heat at bay. However, the Cavs' star-studded backcourt received some extra support in the scoring column from a somewhat surprising face, Sixth Man of the Year finalist Ty Jerome, who chipped in with 28 points of his own off the bench. As the two squads prepare for Game 2 on Wednesday evening, Jerome has still seen plenty of buzz around his name in recent days. He will look to keep this newfound momentum rolling, both for himself and his squad as a whole. Above all else, however, Jerome is looking to enjoy the ride through this year's postseason, with Cleveland sitting atop the East following a 64-18 regular season slate. "It's definitely special after last year, not being able to play the whole year, not being able to play the playoffs, just watching," he said. "It speaks to the time my teammates have empowered me and how my coaching staff empowered me since day one for sure. Jerome only appeared in 2 games through the 2023-24 campaign before breaking into Cleveland's rotation this year. He subsequently came in third for this year's Six Mody Award, which went to Boston Celtics guard Peyton Pritchard. The Heat and Cavaliers will meet back in Cleveland for Game 2 on Wednesday evening, with tip-off set for 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Suns urged to trade Kevin Durant to Heat. The 2024-25 NBA playoffs are now underway, and the Phoenix Suns are a conspicuous absence after making the 16-team tournament 4 consecutive years prior to this season. One of the consequences of finishing 36-46 this season is the likely departure of franchise cornerstone Kevin Durant after a touch over 2 years in the Valley. While no franchise would ever find solace in trading one of the best players of all time, this course of action is quite literally the only avenue the Suns have when it comes to replenishing a depleted asset pool. Greg Swartz of Bleacher Report expanded on the idea with a bold idea that would send Durant to a franchise that has reportedly been enamored with him going back to 2019. The trade. Miami Heat receive F. Kevin Durant. Phoenix Suns receive F/C. Kel'el Ware, F. Duncan Robinson, G. Terry Rozier, 2025 first-round pick, via Golden State Warriors, 2030 first-round pick, top 5 protected via Miami Heat. The Suns should be looking for packages that include win-now veterans, draft picks and promising young big men to pair with Devin Booker and keep the all-star shooting guard happy in Phoenix, Swartz wrote. Miami can check all of those boxes while offering some financial relief as well. While it would be up for debate as to whether a potential Miami package is the strongest, the presence of both Ware and the 2 first-round picks Ware began to flash the high-end upside that endeared the Indiana product to so many scouts ahead of last June's draft. The rookie could become a foundational building block under the next staff that represents the franchise. Robinson has been a 3-point marksman in the league for half a decade, and Rozier has shown the ability to be a quality starting point guard despite struggling at times in Miami. Overall, the package is interesting at worst. Ware is certainly a player that possesses all-star potential. It ultimately is likely to come down to which teams face untimely playoff exits and who makes a run in the postseason, so Suns fans should stay tuned in the coming weeks.